Coral Cup. Dawn, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, there's a couple of funny ones in here that I was looking at. I've seen that old Brazil is in here, who bet my Gary a couple of years ago. Pulled up in the Galway hurdle and then went 2 days later and won a flat race. So I will be having a bonkers bet at 16s because I can't let him off at that. He's now recently had the cruelest cut as well. So he's no longer got his jewellery. He held on to it for a good while. Speaking of jewellery, Newsret, he's still a colt. He won the Ardonis last year. He's 20-1. That'll be my sentimental bet. Langadang is in here. I can't have him at 7-1. I know he won this last year, but it is. I just see P9 duck egg, and I just go no. I think there's eternal optimists out there. That's why he's 7s. Samu is in here now. Samu was second to the Goffer, also was second to Mystical Power. By the wonderful Sayuni. Absolutely adore Sayuni. He's only got 10-6 on his back. Now, obviously, it's going to change when horses come out. He's 25s. He's value because the way he ran in the Up the Yard race 2 weeks ago, he's value at this. I'm very fond of Nurse Susan. She's 12s here. I love the way Harry Skelton gives credit to his wife, Bridget, all the time. She rides her out at home. A Dr. Dino, like State Man, and was 4th here last year in the novice mares. So, I mean, you have a lot of value here. What's Up Darling is in here too at 20-1. I think he's value. Him, if he runs here, he's beat the Capo. We've seen the Capo win 2 days ago very easily. So I value What's Up Darling, and I will have a little bit of Samu as well. So I'm looking at big, juicy each way play. And then for sentimentality, don't follow me with Brazil, or maybe do follow me with Brazil, but it's only a bonkers bet.
Yeah, I think going juicy prices in this isn't a bad play. I mean, the favourite will probably be sort of 5-6-1. As for the, what did you say, P0 duck egg pulled up 9th or whatever, I mean, that's all deliberate, as we know. Sorry, or maybe it's not deliberate. The poor horse doesn't like the winter, but
he bled as well.
I don't think the ground is going to be as good as he needs anyway here. So obviously they say he's a spring horse. His day might come a bit later on down the road, maybe, but I can't have him either, Langadan. So, Danny, you fancy?
Langadan, he bled last time.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of backing horses, especially after they've bled, you know. So, yeah, it might have been by design, possibly getting him down in the weights, but yeah, it wouldn't be for me after that, to be perfectly honest. Nurse Susan, on the other hand, would be. Obviously, we know from that Dan Skelton is more than capable of preparing a horse for this race. So, yeah, I'll stick with her. I think she's continued to improve. Soft ground shouldn't be an issue. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Nurse Susan, but I'm also a fan of Built by Ballymore. I think Martin Brazil obviously prepares them really well for Cheltenham, especially for these handicaps. And there's another slow improving horse who's done plenty. Heavy ground last couple of times has been no issue either. So if it does come up soft, then that'll be perfectly fine. And has won quite comfortably, carrying 12 stone last time as well. I know obviously that was only a novice race there, but he's impressed me quite a bit. So I'll stick with Built by Ballymore and Susan at juicy each way prices.
George, we go to you for the last one in this race.
Yeah, I wouldn't be as down on Langadan as you guys have been. Like, obviously the bleeding introduces a new variable that we didn't really need. But he looked like winning when he was brought down in the boys' race a couple of years ago. He was beaten 10 lengths in the race before that. Last year, he was beaten 35 lengths into second last in a grade 2, the run before winning this race. They're giving everyone a go on him this year. He's been massive prices. We know what the plan's sort of been. With the bleeding as a factor, I'd probably wait and see on the day. If that price starts to move, I think I saw Ladbrokes and Coral are offering 10s. Once they hit 5s, I would definitely take an interest in him. Like, if he's not backed on the day, you know something's very wrong, because they'll smash this horse. Like, But away from him, I really like Ballyadam. He's pound lower than for his 4 1/4 length fifth in the county last year. He won over 2 mile 4 back in July at Wexford. That was his first go at the trip since, I think, was it the 21 Mersey Novices Hurdle entry, where he might have just been a bit young and inexperienced to get the trip at that time. That race at Wexford, the second and the third, Hugh Briscoe and Joyo Mashan, both won 2 starts later. His horse, he's been to the festival 3 times, Cheltenham 4 times. His festival efforts on the new course have given him a fifth in the county by 4.5 lengths, and another fifth in the county by 6 lengths. But by far his best effort at the festival was his second in the 2021 Supreme on the old course. So sort of taking all that into account, the last run wasn't really that bad at all. Like he was a half a length behind Asterium Furlongs, but they're both beaten 11 lengths by Irish Point, but that's about how far he should be beating horses like them. What's more impressive is Ballyadam off 144 finished within half a length of Asterium Furlongs, who's rated 154. So that was a really big run from him, and I could see him running a really big race at 20 to 1 here. And like, you know, he turns up at the festival. You're going to get extra places in a race like this. You get 5, 6 places. 20 to 1's massive. And the other things, Henry de Bromhead has Hidden Valley Lake here, so you might get a claimer on Ballyadam, which would be really handy. Another couple of pounds off would really, really help.
Really help as well. Okay, nice one.